All right, well, welcome everyone to the city of Albuquerque's B.R.A.I.N, as we like to call it. And we're going to walk through exactly what this is. That is an acronym, but this is all about energy efficiency. And for us, let me begin, I think, by just sharing, it's sort of full circle for me. Once upon a time, I had a job in investment banking. It was exciting and way too hard, and it didn't really work out for me. But the point of the story is I worked on one IPO, and it was a company called Silicon Energy. And what Silicon Energy made is exactly what the B.R.A.I.N does. And I have no idea if that company's even still around or anything. But I remembered that work when Saif and his team first kind of pitched me on this idea. And I was like, yeah, I get that. I spent like 6 months of my life working on a company that made those kinds of products for big factories and things like that. And so it's really full circle and extra special for me to now have this at the city of Albuquerque. So this is the first of its kind tool in the nation for a government that will actually be able to track in real time energy and water usage at all our facilities. And so, of course, this is super helpful when it comes to things like maintenance and any kind of issues that we might be having with respect to repairs. But most importantly, this is critical to our goal to be 100% renewable energy. We know that accomplishing that is part of stacking up things like solar and distributed generation and all of those kinds of sources. But the other one is about reducing use. And the biggest, most efficient way to reduce use is efficiency. And we know that whether it's our home air conditioning unit or heater, but it all has to do with when you're running those particular facilities and devices, and also trying to understand that with the price of power. And so optimizing that is how we're gonna reach that 100% goal at the end of the day. So for us, this has also been a safe. When your vision for this was what, 7 years ago when you first thought of it? Predates us. When I first met him, he told me about this. So this has been a long time in the making, and so also very special for our Department of Municipal Development, our new Department of General Services. They've been working on this much longer than I've been in this role, and so real congratulations goes to the team who saw this through, and of course we scraped together the funding to make it happen, and we're all excited to see it demonstrated in terms of what it can do. Now, we're very fortunate to be joined here, too, by our Special Secretary of Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources. So I do want to bring up Secretary Cottrell for a few words. Secretary?
Good morning, everybody. It's so nice to be here today. Thank you for having us. Mayor, congratulations. This is a really exciting announcement today. So on behalf of Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, I'm happy to represent the Department today of Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources, and I'm joined by several of my colleagues I'd like to introduce you to, Director Louise Martinez and Dr. Jacqueline Waite, who really are the technical support behind this, along with the city of Albuquerque. So as you've heard from the mayor, this is a first of its kind type of project, and it was enabled. I think Saif would have found a way to do this no matter what. But the state passed a Grid Modernization Roadmap Act a couple of years ago, and it included a grant program that we've just stood up at our department. And the city of Albuquerque was the first applicant and was successful, receiving over $300,000 from that program from the state. It was a combination of U.S. Department of Energy funding and State of New Mexico funding that provided seed money here and then enabled Saif and the team from Albuquerque and Mountain Vector Energy to move forward with it. So we're so proud to have played a part in funding this and providing technical assistance to the effort. And really today, I can't wait to see the drive-through. I've only seen it on a Zoom call, and that's not the same thing as being here in the cockpit behind us. So thank you so much, Mayor. Congratulations. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for your team's vision. And we're really glad to be your partners on this cool project. Thank you.
Thanks so much. It's a great binder, too.
Oh, thanks.
All right, well, we want to hear about some of the details around this, and so we've mentioned a couple of times, what it takes to pull this off, and there's funding, there's all sorts of work that goes behind it with respect to technology, but it also takes a visionary, frankly, civil servant, someone who's dedicated essentially most of their life to running a city, in particular Albuquerque, and trying to run it better. And so with that, I want to bring up our own division manager of energy and sustainability, Saif Ismail. Saif? Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Yes, we made it. You know, as the mayor said, this is a new tool to our toolbox to achieve a 100% renewable goal. You know, the B.R.A.I.N is a great resource. It will help us to visualize visualize vision across the city, all the systems and all the energy for the existing and for the future. This also is a critical response from the B.R.A.I.N across the facilities. And we're also looking for efficiency for those facilities, you know, to make sure it impact the environment, it impact the comfort zone for the whole buildings that we have across the city. And also the B.R.A.I.N will make our city much smarter, and also by using our energy and allow the city to become more energy efficient. Increasing the efficiency will allow more tax dollars to go to critical services and directly impact our community. I'm happy to see the B.R.A.I.N, you know, as a beginning, you know, and will be and Albuquerque be a role model across the nation, you know, and to save a lot of energy and save a lot of money. Thank you, and thank you for the mayor, and thank you for security for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So we'll take a few questions if there are some. I know we're excited to see this, but I also just want to articulate that this, you know, is we're almost there to a very, very special goal for Albuquerque. We decided that we were not going to wait, you know, till 2040 or whatever number is set by policy to be 100% renewable in our city. And we're now at 88%. We're now in the top 5 in the country in terms of cities' goal towards renewable energy. And so this is a key tool to getting us not only to stay at that level, but also to continue to sort of creep upwards. And so we still are on target for just 2025. Just about 3 years from now, we expect to be 100% renewable. And so this is another extra special piece of that puzzle and that commitment to climate change and to all things sustainability. This will be in the picture. Yeah. Okay, here, put your hands on. Say you should do it. I'll hold the ribbon. Yeah. All right, you can do it. 2 hands. It's a heavy scissors. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome everyone, thank you so much for joining the B.R.A.I.N and the Energy Command Center for the City of Albuquerque. This is the city map. This is the whole dashboard for the city, showing all the electricity, gas, water, and solar across the city. This dashboard gives us monthly fiscal spend and usage for the cities. I want to see the spend of the city. It gives me dollar amount, how much we have been paying so far. This is the whole map. Everything tied to a utility is tied to us, to the B.R.A.I.N. Any smart system across the city is tied to a building, is tied to the B.R.A.I.N. So as an example, the good thing on this B.R.A.I.N, we have grouped it, you know, based on departments. We have senior, AFD, AFR, APD buildings, so we can always look into depth on buildings. So on the groups, if I want to go and select senior affairs. So senior affairs, it gives me all the senior centers across the city on the Google map. And these are the centers with the addresses. I want to see the dashboard. Clicking on this dashboard, it tells me this is what the senior center, electric, gas, water, and solar. This is a good indication, give us as an energy officials, how much we have. In 2018, we used to spend almost $400,000 for utility bill for 18. After improvement in energy, renewables, you know, administrative support, now in 20, we're paying $200. So we save $200,000. This is a live data coming from utilities, from PNM. Same thing we have for gas, water, and solar. And also, if I want to provide reporting to a department, I can always go to utility billing, and I can always go to PDF. It takes me to a PDF. It shows me exactly how much I'm paying for those buildings per month. To do this process, it used to take us 3 days, you know, collect information from PNM, collect information from spreadsheets, the bills that we paid. Now everything is integrated to a smart output that gives me exactly how much I'm paying for those facilities for the past years. So, okay, now also what I can do is if I want to go in depth into one, let's say, let me go back to the dashboard. I want to see one of the centers. Let's say, let me use Don Demico Baca. This is one of the senior centers. We can always have the satellite. It shows me the building here. If I want to see the dashboard just for that particular senior center, go to the dashboard. It gives me electric, gas, water, and solar for this building. If I want to do utility bills, it takes me to electric, gas, water, and solar. I can do the same PDF. If I want to go to building systems, which I love, takes me to the whatever system is tied to that building. If we have any lighting, if we have any mechanical, it pops up on the screen. And this is our next step for the city, is to keep adding those smart systems to those buildings so we can add it to the B.R.A.I.N and we can monitor the data.